Hey, I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tiffany.
and we like to celebrate the many mom badges we as moms earn every day.
So if you're hiding from your kids like we are, you're in the right spot.
Welcome to Mom Badge Podcast. All right, so today's mom badge is how I ruined my kids' life. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you ask your kids to brush their teeth.
Put on their pants.
Oh, shoes.
Oh.
Just put on shoes so you can go have a fun day together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, wait, but you've ruined my life.
Get out their own popsicle.
Oh my gosh.
Life ruined.
Ruined. You've ruined their life. They're going to let you know all about it. And actually, the other day, number 3 came up to me and said, every day is the worst day ever.
No.
And so I'm like, I feel like that was a badge that I earned, because how can I ruin his day every day?
Yeah.
Because I asked him to do something simple like, I don't know, empty the dishwasher.
How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I? How dare we have clean dishes? How dare I make him bend over with his new back and do that?
I love that it's a new back.
Oh, man, he doesn't know the joys of the bad back.
You know what I love, though, about your number 3? Is like as soon as the moment passes and he gets rewarded or he gives you a hug, he's like, this was a great day.
I know, like, I don't know, like, how to combat the, hey, just because one thing bad happened doesn't mean it's the worst day ever. You know?
I feel like this is a continual lesson that we learn.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, as an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's times when I'm like, this day was just terrible. And I went to Disneyland. You know,
Yeah.
You know, like you go to Disneyland and one bad thing happens and you're like, my day was ruined.
Like,
but
your kid pees
I
on
was
you?
at Disneyland.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
not a reason. It was a moment.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what we have to remember.
Yeah, it's a moment.
Bad days are moments. They're not a day.
Uh-huh.
Rachel and we're on vacation with our families because I'm married to Rachel's brother, and so they're one of 7, so we all go on vacation together. And my daughter was playing on the beach, and she was just having so much fun. But that time came when, the stars come out and we got to put substance in our body and eat. And I go, hey, sweetheart, come on inside. And she comes inside and she stomps her feet. And she was like 3 maybe. And she goes, this was the best day ever. And you ruined it.
How dare you want to feed your child?
I know. I was being kind of selfish. Because, I wanted her to have rest so she could have fun the next day. And I ruined her life.
You ruined it.
I ruined it. Here's the kicker about that story is it happened 11 years ago. And we often quote it. So take that moment and just enjoy it, I think.
Yeah. It's funny because as we were talking, so Tiff and I are actually together right now, which is really rare because we live 1,200 miles away from each other.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about doing this podcast and we were kind of discussing it. And in the back, we were driving and my daughter in the back, her seatbelt locked. And we were on the freeway going like, I don't know, 70 miles an hour.
It was a safe
only
speed.
70. I mean, that was it. That was it. And she was like, Mom, can I unbuckle and rebuckle? And I was like, not right now, daughter, because, we're going 70 miles an hour down a freeway and I really love you and I want you to stay safe. And she gave me the look that would kill.
The death glare.
The death glare, like, ugh. And, I mean, just open your mouth and then scoot your jaw slightly to the left and then roll your eyes. And that's the look she gave me. Yeah. And yeah, so I think when we're like in those situations where you're like, man, I just ruined my kids' life, it's a badge of honor. It really is. And then like if you just sit there and you're like, oh man, they're crying again, and you're just getting yourself down, it'll just get you down.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
you're going to ruin your kids' day, no matter what age they are, no
Oh,
matter,
yeah.
you know, you're just it's just going to be ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think kids can't prioritize this young. So they can't, like, figure out what's...
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure my 13-year-old can
Well, your 13
prioritize.
I'm talking about your number 3.
Yeah, number 3 can't.
But even my 14-year-old has a hard time picking apart a bad moment from a bad day.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just there are some things, and we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, because there are some things I think you could do.
Yeah, like laugh at him.
It's true. I feel like I'm the tip mom. Like I'm like, I got a tip for you.
I got a tip!
But just take it with a grain of salt, because it's free advice, ladies.
Free. Yeah, so we actually asked this question on Instagram and on Facebook, and we got some really great answers. So we asked an open-ended question. We're like, hey, you know, how have you ruined your kids' day today? And Kira said she actually has several that ruin her kids' day.
Within a few minutes.
Within a few minutes. Yeah, she came up with these in a few minutes. So you know that there's going to be more. So she said singing with the songs in their kids' shows. That you
ruins
their
my
life.
kids' life. Actually, I like to sing answers to my daughter, and it seems to, like, totally cause her to go in the depths of despair.
Oh my gosh, I gotta try that. So then, refusing to take the crust off their bread. Because
that's an offense.
It's an offense.
Yeah.
Making them brush their back teeth.
How could you?
Kira, yeah, seriously.
Their
How
back teeth.
dare you make them brush their back teeth? So then
They're not important.
Cavities.
They're not. They'll grow new ones. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then this one is the icing on the cake. Telling them that there are no more apples left that still had stems. So I just kind of like want to know, I want to be a fly on the wall, because then when you open up that apple drawer and you're like, here's an apple, and they're like, Tiffany didn't put her phone on silent.
Whoopsie.
So I just want to be a fly on the wall and like just sit there and like see her children's reactions to, there are no more apples with stems on them. Like, do they like fall over like they've been murdered?
Maybe they deny that the apple's existence.
Yeah, maybe
it's not a real apple without a stem, because it didn't come from a tree if it doesn't have a stem.
It's true. Yeah, that's got to be like some way more genetically modified than they're okay with. Mm-hmm, so they're, they can't do that. They can't have that apple.
It's a major meltdown, apparently.
It is. Yeah. And then, Trip Report Podcast said that what ruins her kids' day is asking her to do schoolwork.
That ruins my kid's day, too, actually. Is that a universal?
My day. And actually, there was a mom, and I wish I could find it again. I found it online, and there's this mom who absolutely lost it about quarantine homeschooling. And and we'll have to find it and put it on the show links, because she went all off on her kids' teachers. And she's like, my son plays the clarinet, and his teacher sent home a new score that he had to learn. And she's like, what am I gonna do? Pull out my clarinet, my non-existent clarinet that I don't play, and sit there and play it with him?
Yeah, how would you teach the music if you don't even know how to play an instrument?
I don't know. That would ruin my day. But anyway, asking our kids to do their schoolwork, that is like...
It's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst. And I'm like...
I'm pretty sure they lose all bones in their body, and then they collapse on the floor.
Oh, it's like Dead Fish Central.
Yeah.
I always get I'll do it in a moment.
Hold on.
I was about to do it. You don't have to yell at me. I just asked you if you were going to work on some homework today, honey.
As you walk in, calmly say, have you done your schoolwork yet?
Mom!
You're terrible.
You just ruined my whole life. How dare you want me to learn? This is magic.
It's magical. And then on Instagram, Wendy said, brushing her hair. That ruins her daughter's day.
And Wendy, I want to tell
ruins
you
her
it gets
life.
better. But my 14-year-old's day is still ruined by me brushing her hair. So
Yeah, if you have any questions, just go back to the hygiene badge. So
So Rachel, are you ready
for what?
to go down the rabbit hole?
The rabbit hole.
Da, da, da.
Dun, dun, dun.
You go first.
Okay. So I decided that as we're talking about our children's days being ruined, because it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. You know, you can't tie their shoes while you're driving, so you ruin their day. You know, there's just all of these things that's just going to happen. So I just found some hacks that will help us for when we need that self-care time, like when you're hiding in the closet, you know, because your child's having a meltdown because, like Kira, all the apples are missing. I mean, they've eaten all the stems, the apples with stems.
Do they eat the stems?
I don't think they eat the stems. They just ate all the apples.
Maybe
that
they
still
like to
have
hold
the
it
stems.
by the stem and eat.
Maybe.
My child liked doing that for a period.
Yeah, maybe. You know how, like, there's just these things, you know, that just kids get, like, fixated on? Or another way that you can ruin your child's life, when I was a kid, we had these cereal bowls we got from the Kellogg's box. You know, you, like, sent in, like, the Kellogg's like, the box tops or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you could get, like, these cereal bowls. Everybody wanted the Fruit Loop Bird bowl. Toucan Sam. And, so, if you got the Toucan Sam bowl, my brother, who was actually named Sam, would lose it. So there's actually, on this BuzzFeed article, there's actually some really good advice on here. There are some that it's like, that would ruin my kid's life. Because this mom on here, she super glued the Barbie shoes on the Barbie feet.
That would work for me, but not for you.
Yeah, because my daughter likes to interchange the shoes a lot. And I think if I did that, it would ruin her life.
See, my daughter stopped playing with dolls if they were naked. So she never, like, took the clothes off.
Yeah.
Because they had to have clothes on.
Yeah.
And if you took the clothes off, or she had friends over that took the clothes off, they were, like, tarnished.
Oh, they're dead to her.
They're dead to her, yeah. Yeah.
So there's also this mom on here, she put M&Ms in her coffee cup so that the kids couldn't catch her. And I've also seen this where they, like, a parent, like, hides it in the freezer, like their candy in the freezer in, like, an edamame bag. They just, like, open it in the back, and then
That's what those are used for.
I know. So you've just got to find, like, that vegetable that your kid
Hates.
your kid
Broccoli,
hates, will
spinach.
not touch. See, for me, if you had a lima beans bag in there, it would stay in there for the rest of its life. Because I hate lima beans. So if you want to hide something from me, just hide it in the lima beans bag in the freezer, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you could hide anything you wanted to in there. There could be anything.
love that. Oh my
'Cause
gosh.
I hate lima beans. So you just got to find that. But yeah, there was some pretty good stuff on here. And then this mom took her shower caddy, you know, the ones that can, like, go over the bathtub, and she put it on her chair in the front room, and then she just sat on it so she can relax on her chair and in her shower. It's dual usage.
Have you seen the videos of the moms who are tasting, like, I saw this one, it was like douce leche.
Dos leche?
Dos leche?
Deuce is something totally different than dose. Why do we always talk about poop on this podcast?
I don't know. It's a mom thing. But it was like a caramel custard. And her baby's like, I want it. Is that good? And she's sitting there and she's eating it and she's like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, I'm going to eat it and save you from it. And, spicy.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you want to try some? And the baby's like, no,
Nope.
Mom. No.
So I was actually reading a Parents Magazine article, and it said that, like, 75% of parents eat things that they wouldn't let their kids eat. And I just think the other 25% was lying.
Liars.
Yeah.
Liars, 100%. So you ready for mine?
Let's hear it.
So I was thinking about what we should do when our kids throw these you ruined my life tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing for a mom to do is retreat. Hide. Just hide. Get away from that toxic.
Nobody needs that sort of toxicity
Nobody
in their life.
hates that. So for every mom, she lists like the 5 best places to hide.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not going to lie, I've hidden in every single one of these places.
Oh, what'd she say? Let's hear it.
So her number 1 was the pantry. And she chose the pantry because you're going to get hungry. And there's food there. So the pantry was one.
Oh, for places to hide?
For places to hide from your kids.
Oh, okay.
While they're throwing this, you're in my life. Just walk in the pantry, shut the door.
So I had a friend where when her kids were like that, she would go into the bathroom and just do her makeup. And I'm like, man, I should do that. But I just like go in my bathroom and just like close the door.
Oh,
and
that's
I, like,
on here.
Sleep and like lie in the fetal position and she's in the shower. Yeah.
So another place was the bathroom. If you go on our Instagram page, a lot of my stories, the stories are taken in the bathroom because let me tell you why the bathroom's an important place to hide, mamas, if you have one in your master bedroom. There are 2 locks separating you from your adorable children. 2
doors. So you could hear that first door open before that second door opens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the fact that there are locks on them. I have a 14-year-old. If you have younger kids, maybe only lock your bathroom door. Another place is the car, and that's my personal place where I love to go hide. I go in the car, and I call people because I can talk all I want. My child can't hear me. She's even come out and tried to open the door and looked at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't hear you. I'm in the car.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah. The car is a great place to hide. The other place was the garage. Now, she says don't do this if you're OCD because you might end up rearranging stuff.
Yeah. You got to go to a place that will keep you calm. Yeah.
So in my garage, I have a secret room.
Yeah, you do.
And it's air conditioned.
And
nobody ever thinks that I'm in there.
Uh-huh.
Probably because when I'm in there, I'm working. But my closet's my Etsy. I have an Etsy business. And so I just go and I hide in there. And I look at all my pretty treasures. I actually have a magazine in there. And then she also said your bed. And she's like, your kids are going to pat. Just be a pillow.
Yeah.
Just be a pillow.
She has like a lamp under there. With her book that she can read. Yeah.
My nightstand has a drawer that opens, like it's not a drawer pull, but it's like an open, like, cubby. And you have to pull open the doors. Nobody in my family knows it opens, I feel. There are so many treats in there.
Gosh, dang, don't let any of your kids listen to don't let number 1 listen to this, your teenager, don't let your husband listen to this. Once they find out, it's all over.
It's going to be rated.
Yeah.
But that's my rabbit hole. Mamas, don't be afraid to hide for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Take a break. Because, sometimes when we feel like we ruined our kids' lives, we feel like we're bad parents.
Yeah. And, like, the fact of the matter is, it's just a moment, and we can't judge ourselves on, like, that moment. Because sometimes when your kid is like, everything is wrong with life, and it's all because of you, you're like, man, I'm the worst mom in the world.
Yes.
But
that's not true.
No, it's not. It's not true.
It's not true. Could we do you think, when our kids are having these moments? I'm going to preface that. I would wait till the moment's over before you talk to your kids about it.
Oh, yeah. Or even, like, before it starts. Like,
if you know it's going to happen.
To have, because there are going to be triggers and stuff like that. Like, I've, like, sat down with my kids and I'm like, listen, I feel like the worst mom in the world when you do this.
Yeah.
And what I really want to happen is X, Y, and Z. I really don't want to yell because I don't like to yell. And, so, like, it's just, you just kind of have to sit down with your kids beforehand almost. So, like, after the moment's over, after they've been in timeout and taken their nap.
It's just a moment, but we're training our kids now to handle these moments when they're adults. And there's a lot of anxiety out there. I know I have it. And my child probably has it. But it's just training them like, okay, I had my moment. It's okay to be upset, angry, cry. You have those rights to those emotions.
Yeah.
But now that we have that moment, let's really step back. Did this ruin our life? Did this ruin your day, really?
Just because it's that moment, it doesn't mean you're not an awesome mom. Yeah.
So how many times do you ruin your kids' lives a day?
Depends on which kid you're talking about, but at least 10 times.
Oh, yeah. One time I ruined my child's life because I gave her exactly what she wanted.
Yeah. Like you asked for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so I gave you a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But it wasn't cut in a triangle, so I ruined your life.
Did you ever use cookie cutters to cut sandwiches?
No, I'm not that cool. Are you joking?
I did that the first year of my kid's school. She was very disappointed the second year.
She should be.
Actually, I don't even think it lasted a year.
Yeah. Yeah, you ruined their life. But yeah, I think it's really hard because, you know, as you're going through that moment of like, man, the kid's losing it over nothing.
Air.
You know? And
the air they breathe is not sweet enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough. And like even with teenagers, I feel like I go through this too, where everything I do is somehow not good enough. You know, and I know it's just going to get worse, and that's okay.
It does.
And just as long as she only treats me that way
and not
others, I'm more okay with it. You know, but even though we're still going to have a talk about you don't treat your mom that way, you know, and you know.
Well, you were with me this morning.
I asked my child to clean up their crap, ruin their day.
Ruined their day. Asked them to do it without the TV on.
Ruined.
But the thing is it's just a moment, and she'll get over it.
Yeah.
And honestly, when my child has moments, this took 14 years to learn. But I learned not to take them personally.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ruin their day. I really didn't. And you're not ruining your kid's day when they do this.
Well, this was fun, Moms. We had a great time with you.
I had so much fun. Hey, Mamas. We'd love to hear from you, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, or even email. We want to know your stories, your advice, and what we could do better.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tell your friends all about us. You can also leave a review so other fantastic moms like you can find the Mom Badge Podcast. So moms, as we leave you this week, hold your cookie dough high and wear those mom badges proud as we salute you and all the hard work you do every day.
Be sure to come back next week and find out what mom badge you earned.
Today we earned the I Ruined My Kid's Life badge.
Congratulations. Wear it with honor.
Wear that with pride.
Thank you guys for joining us. Bye.
See you next week on Mom Badge Podcast.